Good evening, all, and welcome to the final session of our Deviant the Renegades prologue story, Radiation Burns. This is our prologue to a much larger story that will begin in 2 weeks on the 27th, called Forgotten. Deviant the Renegades is a cool Onyx Path Publishing Chronicles of Darkness game that has been successfully kickstarted and that you can still pre-order in BackerKit. If you do pre-order, you can get your hands on the PDF now, so you can start playing in lieu of waiting for the hardcover. We are Vorpal Tales, and we play both terrifying tales and awesome adventures every day of the week. For other horror game goodness, check out our show Tales of Terror and Damnation on Sundays, currently playing our Mates of the Ascension cult crossover White Walls. On Thursdays, we have Kimchi's Grimdark Chronicles this week, completing Season 1 of Grim Hollow and beginning Season 1.5 of Black Void. Come check it out. We also have Awesome Adventures Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this week, make sure everyone shows up for Virtual HorrorCon 2021, hosted by Gehenna Gaming. You can find us there several times on Saturday and Sunday. Check out our calendar for more information. To find our calendar and all our social media links, YouTube links for past games, Discord links to come hang out, to learn all about us, and to throw us a buck or two if so inclined on Patreon, go to VorpalTales.com. Help feed our cats. Special thanks tonight to Onyx Path Publishing for all the support they give their players, to Nate Mid for our custom character sheets, and to Astral Tabletop for being our virtual tabletop of choice. Renegades, say hi. Let the audience know who you are, who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Dwayne. You guys can find me on the internet at Made of Kimchi, and tonight I will be playing our mutant, Robert.
Who's next?
JT, I think.
Oh.
All right, it's been a week.
No, it's good. It's good. I thought it was.
I am GT, and I am playing the symbiote Glitch and Witch. Little dual personality thing going on.
Hello, I am Jane, also known as the Confused Crow. Tonight I'll be playing Veronica, the most lovely Scream Queen there is.
Hello, I am Harry. I will be playing Lieutenant Dan, a hyper-competent special guard / John Wick prototype. And I'm ready to, I don't know, mess some shit up.
I'm Zachary. I'll be playing Ratchet tonight. Things are going to happen. People are going to die.
Yes, they are. Not all of you will make it. Dwayne, if you would please, go ahead and read us a recap of last session.
Yes, I will. Strap yourselves in, friends. You're in for a treat. When we last saw our deviants, they had just finished battling a battle droid that was attempting to kill Lieutenant Newman. While it was dispatched in short order, Ratchet and Veronica took a fair amount of damage, with Veronica's imp Draz being killed in the process. Glitch threw himself upon the self-destructing robot corpse to save the group. When the smoke cleared, he wasn't anywhere to be found. The Renegades then made their way to the security room Lieutenant Newman had left his partner bound and gagged in. Questioning him gives no answers, and threatening has less than successful results. Veronica's use of creeping dread causes the bound man to throw himself at Ratchet's blade. Quick reaction from the hybrid keeps Lieutenant Newman's former partner from following through with it, so he turns to bashing his own head against a wall. Bloody. The lieutenant renders himself unconscious, if for nothing else, to stop his screaming. After requisitioning some firearms, medical supplies, and the man's armor for Luke, Lieutenant Newman begins to fill in some of the members of our cohort on how they arrived here. Veronica is the most recent arrival, having only been in the facility for 72 hours. She was transferred from another facility that had tested and taken samples of her, and there was talk about a failed exorcism attempt. Robert had been experimented on in this facility, mostly focused on his body's regenerative abilities and its weakness to plastics. Ratchet is found to have at least 3 foreign objects surgically implanted in his body. The cohort successfully dissuade him from cutting out the one behind his ear that is closest to the surface, at least for now. The Deviants and Lieutenant Newman begin to plot out a path to the control room to allow them to escape the wing. At this point, the cohorts head out of the control room, sneaking their way through the halls while they successfully avoid detection by the conspiracy's drones. They do stumble into a trap that seals off a hallway and begins sucking the air out. Luke disables it with her electrokinesis ability, causing part of the wall to explode. Most of the cohort is able to absorb or deflect any damage it could have caused. They continue on until reaching the control room, being guarded by yet another 2 androids. Lieutenant Newman leads the assault, blasting one of them with the shot ricocheting into the other. Robert stepped in quickly under the cover of fire, using his shotgun, ripping into one of the droids. From their turrets, the first fires a concussive shot at the lieutenant, while the second sprays a blue substance onto the floor, trapping Veronica, Ratchet, and Luke inside. They then both swing on Robert, one missing, the other landing a powerful blow. The punch causes Robert to splatter both with his Icarus damaging substance. Veronica is unable to free herself from the floor, and a not fully formed Draz proves himself useless. So she sends her demon dog Gargan after the robots with a stun stick. Gargan turns the corner, drops the stick, and unleashes a wave of fire from its maw. One of the guards is melted in the process. Harnessing pure strength and rage, Ratchet tears himself out of the floor, charging into battle. He claws through the remaining guard before plummeting its head with its own arm. Pummeling its head with its own arm. I can't read. Another robot approaches the group from behind, and Luke heads it off. Further down the corridor, a fourth comes barreling at the cohort. Lieutenant Newman grapples it, preventing it from advancing, while Robert and Gargan dogpile on top of it. While Veronica channels her demonic powers to extricate herself from the floor in a manner befitting of Linda Blair circa 1973, Ratchet's claws remove the pinned android's leg before shoving it through the robot's head. Luke engages with the fourth droid as the others come around the corner. Veronica pounces on it from the ceiling, and Ratchet hurls a robot limb into it as Luke finishes it off. With the coast clear, Lieutenant Newman attempts to access the control room to discover his keycard has been deactivated. Despite Ratchet's superhuman strength, he can't get the doors to budge. Veronica then summons Draz yet again, who is in slightly better condition than before, though his arm is still a shriveled husk. She commands the imp into the ventilation ducts to find a way inside. Unable to manipulate the door from inside, Draz is told to sabotage the electronics within the duct. From the outside, the cohort can see a message on the keypad indicating the room's fire suppression system had been triggered. While the how remains a mystery, Draz is sent back to hell in the process. The door opens eventually, giving the remade access to the control room. From that control room, Luke is able to deactivate the alarms in the wing. On the monitors, they see the robots going back to their non-alert status. Ratchet finds the room the androids are powered from, and Luke is able to disable them, removing the threat they pose to the Deviants and Lieutenant Newman. The lieutenant then brings the remade to a room with healing pods. Many of the renegades have been injured enough throughout the course of the escape, and the lieutenant watches over them as they use the pods to heal themselves. This comes at a cost, as the process magnifies Robert's mutations. What effect it has on the others is yet to be seen. Lieutenant Newman warns that the northeast wing is showing heavy droid activity, while the northwest wing shows no activity at all. Luke's discovery of a keycard grants the cohort access to the armor worn by the baseline guards in the facility. Modifications need to be made for it to fit Robert and Ratchet. Veronica's personal fashion sense gives the cohort a little insight into the possession of her body, which several of the deviants find at least a little bit unsettling. Given that they can disable the drones in the northeast wing from the northwest one, the cohort sets out. After an uneventful walk through the halls, they discover the entrance to the northwest wing open and abandoned. Veronica attempts to reach out telepathically to discover what is going on inside the wing. Her pupils dilate, her body goes rigid, and she falls over Gargan, Gargan is clearly distraught. More so when the lieutenant affixes a duct tape crucifix to her head. Peering inside, Ratchet sees only blackness and silence that feels entirely unnatural. After Luke removes the crucifix from Veronica, Gargan settles down slightly and is convinced to light the way ahead. The Deviants and Dan are spooked by the grotesque discovery of baseline guards, doctors, and what only can be identified as others have been melded into the ceiling. A flashback hits Robert. Flashes of otherworldly monstrosities suppressed in his mind bubble up to the surface. He relays what little memories he has of such things to the cohort as they move on with a heightened sense of dread. The corridor shifts at unnatural angles. Despite following directly behind each other, many end up walking on different walls. Something radiates through the brains of the Deviants. They are unsettled, but bravely push forward. As they reach where the master control room should be, something else is discovered. The cohort can see an expansive planet with multiple moons. Are they looking out of the window of a far-off corner of the galaxy? A portal into another dimension? A rip in the very fabric of reality as they know it? Whatever they see is beyond their comprehension and has a deep-seated effect on their emotional and mental well-being to an extent that they do not know yet. This jolts Veronica out of her catatonic state as she leaps back to life and pulls a switch shutting down the wing. The cohort then dashes out of the wing as the oxygen levels drop to levels unable to sustain life. And finally, as the Renegades pass through the halls on their way to the final control room needed to access the elevator, screams of torment and despair can be heard from the cells. These do not just contain other remade, but the baseline doctors and staff that were also sealed into these rooms. It becomes clear that in this state, letting them out would prove to be a hindrance to the cohort's escape plans. The argument over whether or not they have time for Gargan to stop and eat becomes null and void when he only expresses interest in eating the lieutenant. They activate the elevator from the control room to find that whatever is happening on the next level appears to be worse. Unfortunately, it is their only way out.
Excellent. Thank you. Glitch. So, androids come out of nowhere, causing a horrible fight that separates you from the party. When they take the android down and it goes to self-destruct, you duck out of the way in an attempt to avoid the inevitable explosion, not realizing that it's about to be stopped. And in so doing, you turn down a corridor that the group had not followed yet. From behind you think you hear a noise, so you stop to listen closer. And it sounds like the gentle crying of a forlorn young girl. Against your better judgment, you go to investigate. As you head down the hallway, the lights begin to flicker, and the ones that are still on are dim, which is unusual since they're built into the walls and ceiling. And it's another corridor full of cells where the first two you look into, once again, dismembered, cut apart, and mauled deviants that have been experimented on. But the third cell you come to seems to be largely intact like yours was. Still with the two-way glass that you know you can't see out of, but you know they can't see out of, but you can see into. And sitting on the table is a young little raven-haired girl, maybe 12, maybe 13, wearing a jumpsuit and holding a pink stuffed bunny rabbit, quietly sobbing on the table. What do you do?
Hi. Hello. What's your name?
You realize you're talking at the closed door through the two-way glass, and they're like, they probably can't hear you. And you're like, that was dumb, but the girl looks directly at you through the glass and says, my name is Cassidy. Will you please help me get out of here, Glitch? I don't like it in here. It's cold.
Glitch is gonna this time think, how do you know my name is Glitch, but not say it, just to test the theory.
Because you told me in your head. You can call me Cassie, and this is Butch.
Hello, Cassie and Butch. Let's see what I can do.
The rabbit's head slowly turns and looks you in the eye with its cold dead buttons. Seems to nod slightly.
I need to take like a terrify roll if that was a thing. All right. I'm going to try the door.
You look at the door and you realize I could probably hack into this again.
All right. Let's do it.
Like you did before. So yeah. You want to try to hack it straight up, or do you want to merge with it and activate a power?
I'm just gonna try to hack it straight up.
Okay. Give me a wits plus computers. Specializations, if you have any, apply.
So that would be probably not 10 bonus die.
Accurate.
One bonus die for the specialization.
2 successes, you're able to hack the door.
Alright.
Door slides open, and the girl's already standing right there, and like leaps into your waist with a child bear hug.
I'm gonna take a step back and just kind of gently push her away. Glitch understands that there's some weird things going on here. Glitch understands weirdness, but he is still this whole moving plush doll thing that's looking at me. The whole mind reading thing is really new to him, so he's pretty uncomfortable with the situation. But he can't not help a young girl.
She lets you disengage yourself, but grabs your hand and won't let go. Starts tugging you further down the hallway, away from your new sort of friends. We have to go this way.
Why's that?
Because they're going to go to the breach, and you shouldn't look in the breach. It's bad for your brain. It burns your brain.
I don't like burned brain.
It's radioactive for the brain. This way is safer.
What is this way? Do you know what's this way? Besides safe?
Maintenance tunnels.
Are there maintenance people?
I don't think they're people anymore.
Are they good maintenance things?
Cocks your head at you, looks at the rabbit, looks back up and says, never really... what's a good kid word? Grasped is not a good kid word. Never really understood good. They're nice
like us?
to me.
Are they like us?
Oh no. They're much uglier and meaner than us.
Oh. Well. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
I don't like burning brain.
She drags you down the corridor, just chattering the whole time, nothing important. But go ahead and give me a presence plus resolve roll to see how much useful information you can get from endless preteen chatter of a sort of scared young child.
Presence and where's resolve? Oh, they're both attributes. Okay.
Yep, it's double attributes. Sorry. 1 success is enough to get at least something. You pick up a few things. 1, she's a special case. Nobody made her, at least as far as she knows. She's always been different. They just found her. 2, a lot of the deviants that were created here were created from her genetic code. She doesn't use those words, but you extrapolate that. They stuck me with a lot of needles, and then they put my blood and stuff into other people, and they were like me, but not as good, not as powerful as me. He also mentions that the breach, they forced her to open it, but she doesn't know how to close it. Here, this is easier. And she like beckons you down like she's gonna whisper a secret to you.
Okay.
You have to like kneel down. But she puts her hand on the side of your head and just relays images to you instead. She doesn't have the words for it. And you see a bunch of scientists experimenting on some really weird amorphous creature of some kind, talking about how every time Cassie has a nightmare, it leads them to something strange like this, and then sometimes they're able to catch it and dissect it. They need to figure out where they come from. Does Cassie just have nightmares because she knows where they are, or is Cassie pulling them to her from her nightmares? They don't really know. But this particular one, they unlocked something extra that they needed. Something that one of them found in an old ancient book. Of things you should not do if you're a smart person. They did it anyways, and they needed a very specific organ harvested from this specific creature, which allowed them to actually perform some kind of arcane ritual that you see them doing pseudoscientifically. It's like mix an evil cultist ritual with cutting-edge high-tech. It's like something out of Resident Evil, basically. And it doesn't work. And they try 2 more times, and it still doesn't work. And on the 4th time, one of the doctors figures out, what if Cassie is here when we do it? And that didn't work either. But then they figured out if Cassie was present but forcibly unconscious and dreaming, it would work. And when they finally combined all of those elements, they found out that Cassie did not just happen to know where the creatures are. Cassie was pulling them into this reality from her nightmares. And when they combined her subconscious self with the ritual, it actually opened what they thought was a stable portal that would go to some kind of strange dreamland. Instead, it was an actual tear in reality to some place outside of time and space that mankind was never meant to go or see or experience. And things poured through, and now they're everywhere here in the base. One of the doctors managed to get Cassie out of the room and back to her cell, but was dragged down the hallway screaming towards the maintenance ducts before she could get in the room with Cassie. The images you don't really comprehend. It's like there's a room and then the room stops, and it's like a view from if you were in space looking down at a planet way bigger than Earth with too many moons. Lit up even though there's no sun, it's lit up as if there was one. That's apparently a thing that's here in the facility. That's the breach.
Good thing I'm playing a character that isn't as terrified as JT is of horror. All right. I'm gonna, for whatever reason, I'm gonna trust Cassie and basically let her lead the way. She seems to have a better understanding than me of what's going on. The breach sounds terrifying, and my new friends aren't really friends so much as acquaintances at this point.
She does tell you that you'll need them to get out of here, but we can't. We'll catch up to them. We'll go around.
All right.
You spend the next several hours crawling through maintenance tunnels, trying desperately to avoid, you don't know what they are, but the sounds are utterly terrifying. You feel like you're slap dab in the middle of an alien movie. And xenomorphs or some shit chasing you through tunnels, and you don't even have a flamethrower. But you make it most of the way through without any trouble until you get cornered, almost at the end, where you're blocked off from every direction by whatever they are. When they come crawling into sight, they are still wearing the clothing of Virachi scientists and or guards, the armor and the lab coats. However, they're also still humanoid, 2 arms, 2 legs, but every part of their body is covered in some kind of black ichor in their veins and covering their skin, and it's like an oily substance. It's like a sticky oil substance pouring out of their orifices, and you can see it pulsing through their veins. And when it comes out of them, it bursts into tentacles that lash out and whip around like they're trying to grab other things. And the people just mutter and giggle and say insane mad ramblings to themselves. Or scream. As they get closer and the tentacles are about to grab you, Cassie gets terrified and says, you can't let them hurt me. And you're like, okay. And you pull out that sidearm you picked up earlier. You unload a full clip into one of them, just makes it mad. And you're like, huh, that's fun. We're gonna die, kid, or whatever it is you choose to say to the kid. You don't have to say that. And the kid says, no, we can't die here. It's not time yet. And she looks at the bunny rabbit. And she says, you gotta save us, Butch. And she squeezes her eyes shut. And the rabbit doesn't actually do anything. It's clear she thinks the rabbit's doing something. And right before some of the tentacles from the nearest creature actually touch her skin, she screams no, and a massive pulse of energy that you can see comes bursting out of her body in all directions. It actually dents the walls of the maintenance tunnel and crumples them like they're tinfoil. Shoves you back on your ass about 10 feet, sliding through the tunnel. And every creature that it hits explodes into a gray ash. And she collapses into your arms, completely unconscious, a very unnaturally pale color.
First thought is orc science. Anyway. If you believe it to be true. All right. So we're in a maintenance tunnel, still kind of crawling, but everything's been destroyed. That's cornered us. I'm going to look for the nearest gate or grate to kind of like, I just want to get my bearings. I don't like being in this claustrophobic situation. And I want to, without any further guidance from Cassie, I would like to find the nearest grate and get into a room of some sort.
You gonna pick her up like a sack of taters and take her with you?
Yes.
You make your way towards the nearest grate when you hear a voice calling out to you from back down where you came from. Yo, asshole, you forgot me! Real deep bass voice.
I will go back and get Butch as well.
Okay. Butch says, look, you should probably do what the kid says. She knows what she's talking about. Don't take that grate, by the way. Take the next grate. Trust me.
I'm going to continue to trust and hope that this does not go poorly.
Okay. You make your way to the next grate and pop it open and drop down, and you realize you actually made it out of the wing and you're into one of the connecting tunnels that would take you to the main elevator they were telling you about. It doesn't work yet. And you're like, cool, I guess I could just chill here until they catch up. And you wait all of 9 minutes before they come tearing down the hallway towards you. Most of them look utterly terrified and or have developed new twitches. And that's where you reunite with JT's character. And you're all in the scene now, sliding to a halt, where he's just sitting there in the hallway up against the wall. And as you come around the corner, he's in the middle of talking to a stuffed rabbit. Like, why are you such an ass? Are you from Boston or something? With an unconscious little girl leaning next to him. Leaning on the wall, drooped over on his shoulder. Raven hair. Pretty young thing, maybe 12.
I would be concerned, but this is like far from the weirdest thing I've seen today. I'm surprised you're alive, but it's a pleasant surprise.
Who's your new friend?
This is Cassie and Butch. Cassie, I think I've figured out, is responsible for, what was it, the rift?
Breach.
The breach. And from what I can gather, if she believes something to be true, it becomes true. So nightmares become true. Things bad happen. She believes they go away, or believes the bunny, Butch here, makes them go away, then they do.
Oh, it's definitely not me, it's her. No one hears this but JT's character.
Okay, that's interesting.
Can you tell the bunny to think us out of here? Or
Nobody tells
whoever
me to
does?
do shit. I do shit because I wanna. What's up with this guy? Also, look at him. That guy is fucked up, yo. You do realize, Glitch, that Robert does look a lot worse than he did like 2 hours ago. It's like he's melting.
I just want to. Can you guys hear Butch here, or is that up here?
I think that's all up there, buddy.
No, the vessel I reside in did do a lot of babysitting. The foster care system or whatever. Give me the child. She'll be in good hands.
Can we not give the demon lady a child?
How about we all just get on the elevator and get the hell off this floor so we can get further away from whatever it is that was back there and closer it is to however the hell we get out of here.
I mean, you could give Cassie to the demon lady because Cassie could fix the demon lady. Well, fix the nice lady. Demon wouldn't like it.
Well, Cassie's still
yeah.
unconscious, right? And,
Yeah.
And I have grown some level of affinity with Cassie and feel a need to protect her, so I'm not gonna not let others take care of her just yet. Until
Possibly even an unnatural level where I'd make you roll willpower to give her up. Yes. Twitch will make sure of it.
Okay. But the elevator is not working, correct?
If they're here, you're kind of hoping it is.
Don't
Oh,
know.
I thought you said it wasn't powered or something.
I'm pushing the button.
Last you knew, they had to close down all 3 wings.
Yeah, I'm pushing the button for the elevator.
It lights up, and it starts playing "Girl from Ipanema." The door doesn't open yet.
So, while we're here, what happened with all of you?
To put a long story short, we fought some droids, and then our minds almost got sucked into oblivion.
So one of the other wings is a portal to, I guess it's not hell because she didn't recognize it, but it's a portal to some otherworldly, screwed up, walking on ceilings, ceiling beneath you, triangle walls, people melting into inanimate objects, and then the other wing is everybody is they're not there. They're there. They're physically there, but there's just something wrong with them. So if we can get away from those 2 wings and those 2 things, that's great.
You also notice that when Ratchet talks about the thing that they saw that was in another reality, every one of the other characters like shudders or makes some kind of "oh god, I don't want to think about that" reaction. And even Ratchet, who just keeps talking with an even tone of voice, left side of his face develops a tick for a second.
He's talking with one hand and making wild movements with his hand. His other hand is down, kind of just inanimate, not moving by his side, and it's cupped a little bit as if it was holding something that's not there.
Believe me, that place was not hell. Far from it, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was hell, considering that there was a planet.
Yes. Also, hell would be nice. For me, at least. Also, maybe for you, Robert.
I found out how it actually existed a couple hours ago, so I have no way of judging. I have no concept of comparison.
Well, jargon's from hell, and look at how wonderful jargon is.
So how did you get back over here anyways, Glitch? What?
Yeah, what happened when that grenade went off?
You're
After
muted.
that, we just kind of lost you.
Well, I got thrown into a different hallway than the rest of you. I heard a young girl crying. I hacked the door and let her escape. And she said not to go to the breach, as it turns out. Turns out that probably was a good idea in listening to her on that one. And we followed some maintenance tunnels. And then when we got cornered by some things that I don't fully understand, she closed her eyes, vaporized all of them, and then fell unconscious. And then this bear is talking to me that apparently the rest of you can't see, like it's a Pokemon or something. I don't know.
You found a weird girl.
I mean, we can see the bear, we just can't hear it, right?
It's a bunny.
The bunny?
Oh,
Okay.
bunny.
So we
Sorry.
can see the bunny, all right. Since he's talking about how
Yeah,
she
you can
was
see it.
awake doing things and the bunny was doing things, but we can't see the bunny talking or anything, I'm just going to take a finger, stick it under the girl's nose to make sure it's breathing.
Yep, the girl is in fact breathing. Temperature seems to be running really high, but it's not feverish. It's like the whole... She just runs that hot, maybe. Like, you know, it's like sticking your hand in front of an oven set on 300.
Strange question, Lieutenant, but you don't happen to have like any smelling salts on you or anything like that?
Would I?
A medical kit?
Yes, because
Oh,
one of you
perfect.
brought a medical kit that, yes, would have that. And I assume Lieutenant Dan's probably carrying that, but it might not
Yeah.
be. Okay. So you walk over to the girl, Lieutenant Dan, and you see the patch on the arm of her jumpsuit. Go ahead and roll Witch plus investigation for me.
Okie doke. Gotta get on Astral because I forgot to do that because I'm a goofus. But luckily my internet's fast, so yeah. No, wait, wrong. Okie doke. Wits plus investigation.
Yep.
Alrighty. And I believe if that is investigating deviant shit, I get a bonus die.
It is.
Oh yeah, here, wait. It's... Okay. So that's, let me see. It's 8 up, right? That's 2 successes.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Okay. So, as you see the jumpsuit, you see it says X-0, and you're like, oh, shit. This is the OG. This is the reason this entire facility is here, is this kid. You've heard rumors about this, and they have been wild and intense. But none of them included it being a 12-year-old girl who looks very innocent and angelic while passed out.
You know, I've heard a lot about this thing.
Thing is what you've heard, yes.
Yeah, didn't know that little girl would be what it was.
Okay. As the only lady here speaking, you should not be referring to her as an it or anything like that. She's a kid.
Yeah, she is a kid. And that's what's concerning, because this kid apparently is playing with reality like that rabbit.
Oh my god.
Great.
It seems like her powers have something to do with her mind being able to bend and warp reality.
Ratchet's gonna look down to the arm that's hanging down and she'll be like, no, they're not talking about you. They can't see you. They're talking about that girl. So this...
Butch says, I like him.
So this thing, this girl, this child is like nuclear bomb Omega level mutant from the X-Men.
She did that rift.
And you also heard rumors that when exposed to anyone who has deviations, it's like exposure to her increases them, for better or for worse.
And apparently exposure to her increases your deviations, so...
Almost like she's radioactive.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of like the radiation that we felt from the breach.
Yes, but more intensely localized, I guess. Instead of, coming off in massive waves, it's little waves. But yes.
Okay, let's get up this. Let's get out of here. Let's move.
And that's when the doors pop open with a pleasant ding.
Perfect. Is the area clear?
It looks like there's nothing in the elevator. It's well lit. Everything looks normal. There's no weird stains. Nothing's merged with the walls.
Okay, perfect. Let's go up.
You walk in. Go ahead.
What about the smelly salts?
Yeah, you never actually delivered the salts when you saw who the kid was, unless you say you're gonna.
Yeah, I'll do it now. Once we get in the elevator, I'll wake her up. Or maybe I shouldn't if she causes our mutations to go crazy.
No.
Or your mutations, not our mutations. I don't have
Wake
it.
her up. It's the better thing to do.
Yeah, that's true.
How about if we're gonna wake her up, let's do it before we get in the elevator. That way, in case she freaks out or anything, we're not in a confined space. Maybe.
All right.
And then
Yeah,
the
that's
walls
good
don't
thinking.
crush us. Yeah, that would be nice.
All right, Jargon, get into your darling form. And Jargon will shift back into a cute little Pomeranian.
Oh, well, little guy. He'd be so cute if he wasn't a fucking nightmare.
Excuse
Pet it.
me, Lieutenant. You know what? Fine. And Veronica will just take the salts from the lieutenant and go to give them to the girl. I've had enough of you.
I'm gonna resist that salt taken.
All right. Let's do.
I'm gonna subdue Veronica.
Ah!
Let's do opposed Dex plus Athletics. We all know how this is gonna go, but let's do it anyways.
Dex. Okay, that's 5 dice.
Okay. Alrighty.
That's 2 successes.
Tens. Oh, and 8s again. So
For you,
You
yeah.
did get a 1.
yeah. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 2 successes because I got a 1.
I got 2 successes as well.
Did you get a 1?
He got a 1.
Did you get any ones?
Nope.
Ah.
Ty, do it again. Extended roll.
While they start struggling, I'm gonna take the limping arm and kind of just
That's
drag
bad.
it.
That's 4
Pull it back.
successes for me.
No successes for me, and a 1.
Oh, you got 1. You got an 8.
Oh, I got 1. Okay, so 1 success, 1 1.
4
So.
successes. No ones. Haha.
The demon gets the smelling salts.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Glitch or Ratchet.
I'm just pulling my arm. That's the one that I'm like hanging down. Just pulling it back a little bit behind my body. Just
Okay.
So, yeah, Veronica will go to administer the salt. She'll have Jargon being all sweet and cute. Cassie, time
Okay.
to work now.
You put the smelling salts under the girl's nose. And, she convulses a little bit, and then sneezes. And the
Veronica
sneeze pushes you back 10 feet and lands you on your ass. And she
Oh
shakes
my.
her head and says, "That was gross."
Sorry about that, dear, but it's good that you're awake now. Jargon, do you want to go say hi to her?
Which form is the dog in?
The Pomeranian form. Cute, fluffy.
She looks at the dog. Butch says, "This is going to be funny." She looks at the dog, and she says, "That's a dumb dog. Tiny little dogs are dumb."
Oh,
And she
okay,
squints
we
her
can-
eyes, and it turns into demon hell dog form.
Oh,
And it runs over to her, and it licks her hand. She looks at it, she's petting it, and her hand stops on the side of its head. And she tilts her head and says, "Really?" Looks at you and squints real hard, angry kid style. "Really?"
Jargon, what are you saying? You get so many treats every single day.
Jargon's probably telling the truth.
The dog says you're nice to the dog, but you're not nice to your other friend. You should be nice to all your friends. That's mean.
Well, Travis is also mean to me. Well, that's how these things go. Not everyone you can be nice to.
Next time he's
Apparently
here,
not
if you're
anyone.
not nice to him, I'm going to take him from you because you can't have toys if you're not good to your toys. And then the dog runs back over to you.
No, Jargon. Fine, I'll be nice to Draz. Anyways, let's see. You must be hungry.
The
Nope.
almighty demon bullied by the small child
Do
into
I have my purse with me?
Nope, not hungry.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the elevator while they're talking.
Yeah, this is weird.
I was hungry, but I'm not now. Thanks anyways. That's when you all notice you're down 1 willpower point each.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
come on.
He's the 8 willpower?
Okay. That's fun. I only have 2 willpower. Okay, yeah, Veronica will get on the elevator, just petting the head of Jargon.
The girl takes Butch from you and gives you a smooch on the side of your arm because she likes you. You're a nice man. That's to you, Glitch.
Oh, all right.
I like him too, points at Ratchet.
Who do you not like?
Not sure yet. Squints at Veronica.
This vessel is useless.
So yeah, are we all on the elevator now?
Yeah. Let's get going.
Let's go. We can talk in the elevator.
Yep.
Get on the elevator. And what button are you going to push, Lieutenant Dan? The rest of them are like, I don't know what to do with this massive panel of buttons.
Whichever button gets us the fuck out of here.
Literally every single one, but how high do you want to try to go?
As high as we can.
Okay.
Fewer floors we gotta fight through, the better.
Okay.
Wasn't there an experiment going on one of the floors that went horribly wrong or something?
Yes.
Oh, you were unconscious for that.
Yeah, that was probably down in the basement.
No.
There was probably a floor where something terribly went wrong with a lot of experiments. Like the floor we were just on had a hole ripped in it to another dimension.
Yes.
So how much wronger can you get?
Cassie, who's sitting there talking to her bunny, just absent-mindedly says, a lot, and then keeps talking to her bunny.
Yikes.
That's comforting.
This
Cassie,
girl is simultaneously my favorite and terrifies me.
so Cassie, if you know there's bad stuff going on other floors.
You said a bad word.
If you know that there's bad stuff going on other floors, do you know which ones have less bad stuff going on there?
Yeah, they haven't made it to the top yet. But you shouldn't let them. You guys should probably stop it.
Yeah.
So should we go to the top and then, like, block off everything?
No, you should go here and pushes a button.
Oh, I guess we're going there.
We could blow up the elevator once we get up.
Yeah, we could cut the cords. Send it
That
flying.
won't stop it. You have to shut it down. You have to shut
Shut
the
what
breach down.
Oh, the breach. How do we do that?
Well, first you're going to have to get the book.
Guys, yeah.
And then you're going to have to undo what they did with the book. And then you have to turn off the main reactor. Because it won't feed the hole no more. Anymore.
So the floor you're taking us to has the book?
Yep.
Is the reactor on that floor?
Nope.
I wasn't paying attention. What was the other thing we needed to do?
That was it.
Okay.
I hope.
We hope so.
We hope as well, Cassidy. By the way, how long have you been here?
Starts counting on her fingers.
Oh.
Seems to get confused for a minute. A long time.
Am I?
Days, weeks, months, years?
They built this place for me. You're guessing it took a long time to build something like this.
Danny boy, do you know when this...
And that makes you wonder,
No.
how old is this kid?
Useless.
Because Lieutenant Dan, you're aware that it took them 13 years to build this facility.
Oh, okay, 13 years ago.
The kid doesn't look older than 12.
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm confused.
Perhaps her mutation allows her to not age.
I mean, I do not age as
delayed.
well. So it is a possibility.
Mutant bodies are unique.
And especially if she's able to alter reality.
If she warps reality and she's been, like, deprived of things that would help her develop into an adult, then makes sense that she'd still be a child, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about me, aren't you? She was busy talking to her bunny rabbit again. Oh.
Nothing bad, don't worry.
Butch says, this is really going to be funny. You ready? This is fucked up. He's talking to you, Glitch. And she says, I'm just like this because this is the way I felt like when the breach happened. Here, I'll fix it. And then she scrunches her eyes shit real hard. And, like, it's not really exploding or werewolf shape-shifting. It's like she just kind of morphs, Hollywood movie style, into a fully-fledged, extremely hot 20-something. In a miniskirt.
What the fuck?
In a miniskirt with long black hair. Very voluptuous.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is this better?
The limb falls off of Robert.
This better, honey?
What the fuck?
That's all I got. What the fuck?
Oh, Lieutenant! Your face is redder than my lipstick.
No, I'm confused.
She has stopped talking like a 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
She's talking like a...
She now has a very smoky voice in the southern drawl.
Oh.
Oh,
Fuck.
I like this.
So how old are you, Cassie? Do you know?
I forget. You're still
And I
my
think
favorite,
that
though.
So where are you from originally?
You're still my favorite, though, and she sidles up to you, and it's very weird now.
Yeah.
What was the
So
question?
how about this elevator door?
What?
I was going to ask her where she's from.
Don't remember.
Shit, well, should have assumed.
No, you have a southern accent.
You remember anything from around?
That's because it
From before
drives
you
the
came
boys crazy. And she, like, runs her finger down the side of Dan's face.
I don't like this.
Hey, Danny Boyd's mine for the harassment.
And then she gets right up next to you, Veronica, and says, drives the girls crazy, too, and a purr right in your ear.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you in hell for that.
I can do
So
things
God's really
you've
that
never
much-
experienced, even if you are a demon.
Mm,
I remember a time before there was a hell, she says.
What?
Oh no, don't tell me you're one of the old ones.
She actually tilts her head and narrows her eyes again, very reminiscent of young Cassie. Did you just call me old? Bitch?
Well, oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, you want to go that way. Fine, honey.
Okay.
There's not enough room in this
alright,
elevator
yes.
for a cat fight.
I'm pushing the hold call button on the elevator.
Yeah.
The arm that has been dragging is completely behind Stretch at this point. Yeah. So, if you two want to settle whatever hostile issues the two of you have, you maybe want to wait until you have more space to move around so that you're more comfortable getting that handled.
I don't need space to gorge someone's eye out with my heel. Danny Boy.
All right, ladies.
There's
let's-
not. How
I'm not
big do you think
encouraging
this
this.
elevator
Keep it
is that you
together.
think you can take your heel off without hitting three of us?
Butch says, I called her old once. How the fuck do you think I got like this?
I'm going to relay that to the group. I think we're all out of our element here, and we want to all play nice. I highly recommend it.
The rabbit says it used to be someone who called her old once.
I didn't mean you were old as in physical appearance. I mean old one, as in an eldritch being from the abyss.
I mean, that's what you are.
No, I'm a demon from hell. It's
Yeah,
a
but
different realm.
you've been there for a really long time. Don't deny who you
The
are,
old
you
ones-
beautiful thing. And she puts her finger under your chin. It slides into your chin. And for a second, the demon face starts sliding out like she's pulling on it. She smooches it on the cheek, and it snaps back into the girl's face.
I'm scared of this woman.
Oh, I did not like that.
I mean, I've been in more awkward elevator rides, but this is gonna be a top 3 at least. So,
Few things can do that. Celestials, certain demons, old ones. And you don't know what you are.
She says, time doesn't work like you think it does. It's not one long linear construct. Reality happens in phases, almost like ages. Ages of the world. When one ends, a new one begins, usually caused by some nonsense like this breach here. I'm from a different age, so I can't tell you how old I am because time isn't relevant in that discussion.
Oh, okay, this is fun. We're getting
So,
to the
folks, we need a
quantum
book and we need a reactor shutdown, and I feel like we should split up and get this done ASAP because I'd like to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, the sooner I can get away from these two, the better, honestly.
Splitting up is
Oh,
always the
Danny.
best, honey. She sidles back
Danny.
up to you.
Danny boy, are you saying
is
you haven't
going on?
enjoyed our time together? I'm offended.
Oh, fuck off.
elevator, slowest elevator. Come on.
That's when you realize when you stop focusing on the nonsense happening in the elevator, you know, it's been talking and playing background music. You haven't really been paying attention, Ratchet. But it's like, welcome to the Arachi Welcome Corp Arachi Corporation. You're all going to die. And then the door opens, and the elevator comes to a dramatic halt, knocking you all like bowling pins.
This facility is so comforting.
I'm gonna stand up and look. Is there any threat outside of the elevator?
You don't see any threat in the immediate hallway, but the hallway is trashed, and you can hear screaming and gibbering people from farther in, echoing everywhere, like many of them talking and screaming and gibbering madly.
All right. So
To you, Glitch, that sounds exactly like the tunnels, the maintenance shaft. Only a lot more of them.
All right. Hey, Cassie, do you think you could help with the things that were ahead? What do you think?
You turn to the side, and Cassie's not there. Butch says,
Damn it.
that happens when she gets close to the actual breach.
All right, folks. Looks like we're on our own. I have a rabbit to take care of. I feel like I got the technical stuff going on with me, so I feel like someone else wants to do the gibbering monsters in the book, and I'll go take care of the reactor.
Yeah, I can. I've never fought gibbering monsters before, but first time for everything, right?
Lieutenant,
We got
You're-
this.
Lieutenant, you're probably the only one of the group of us that knows where the reactor is.
Yeah, that's true.
So as much as I'd like to have you in front of me with your gun, if we're going to be splitting up, that's going to be the most efficient way.
Yeah, honestly, let's do it.
And then Cassie says, "Damn it, I hate it when that happens." She's right next to you again. Yeah, glitch.
What happened?
What the hell? Where did you just go?
Oh, I had peace for a brief moment.
She says, "Don't worry, I'll protect the rabbit and my bow here." She's talking about glitch.
Alright, so that looks like me, Cassie, and Lieutenant Dan go to the reactor, and the other three of you go to the book. Is that what we're decided?
Look, here we come.
Before we go heading up, can you tell us, like, I imagine there might be more than one book on this floor, so is it...
Oh, you'll know it when you see it. Trust me.
That is oddly not comforting.
Nothing about this place is comforting. And then, like, a sword slides out of her sleeve.
What?
And, like, the sword... You can tell it's a sword because it's got a handle and a crossguard, a blade. But otherwise, it looks like something straight out of a cyberpunk movie.
I like her.
Okay. All right. He's gonna look down at the. You should probably go with them, and he's gonna bring us up. So we've got this. You guys go hit the reactor, and what? We'll meet up where?
I think we have to meet up at the breach. Is that right, Cassie?
So we got to go back
Take care of
down.
the other two?
Yep.
Can we do
At the
this
breach.
without going back there?
Oh, you weren't at the breach before. You were just at, like, part of the breach. Not the heart of it. The heart of it's in the reactor.
So when we get the book, we should come find you guys then.
Right.
What floor are you gonna be on?
I don't know. The book will tell you where to go.
Once again,
Dan, what
Why
floor
is
is it on?
everything talking to us?
how? This is not a comforting thing. All right.
Dan, Lieutenant Dan, do you know what floor the reactor's on?
Yes, you do know, Dan. You can push the button for them.
Well, he's
All
coming
right,
with
I
us,
will.
I think.
You gonna send Dan and Cassie with you and leave no fighters for the book people? Well,
I thought that's what we decide because he knows.
you
where,
got
well, I guess
Ratchet.
if he knows where it is, then
I can also
Yeah.
fight. Well, more like Jargon can fight. Hopefully, Draz will be up and active again soon.
I can fight, just not as well.
And if we're fighting organic material, then my abilities will finally be of use.
Cassie says, "The reactor is gonna fuck with your heads, not your bodies. But I'm sure you'll figure it out." Wink.
Okay, I'm going to leave now. Come now, Jargon. We have business to take care of.
All right,
Yeah.
who's coming with me? Me and Cassie. Anyone else?
To the book?
No, to
No,
the
we're
reactor,
going to the reactor.
where you were just told
But,
physical threats aren't the problem. Psychic ones are.
Oh. All right, I'll go with you guys to the reactor.
All right.
Robert will go.
Cassie giggles.
I'm going book hunting. I'm already like, yep, I'll meet you up there, I guess, once I get the book.
The door slides shut. Cassie looks at the two of you and says, "I like how the most non-psychic of you are going through the psychic problem. This is awesome." He giggles again. The elevator begins descending.
We work with what we've got.
Oh, you have a psychic, but the psychic wants nothing to do with Cassie. So, those of you that are not with Cassie, you're standing at the hallway. What do you do?
Let's go book hunting.
So there was noises being made by beings in the hallway.
Farther down within this particular wing of the facility, yes.
So I'm thinking that if this book is part of all this, then the noises that we're hearing may have some connection. So as much as I would not like to, I think we need to go towards where the weird sounds are coming from.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, dangerous things will be where the danger is. Alright. Let's see. Draz.
Trash reappears.
Oh, wonderful, and you're fully formed.
Remember, be nice.
I am being nice. I just said it's wonderful that he's fully formed.
He's just looking at you. He's not talking.
Anyways, we have to find a book, and there's going to be some dangerous things. And here, I got you a gun. I got you 2 guns, actually. And Veronica will give him the guns.
He looks at them, turns them over in his hand. He's like, sure. And goes to holster them on his sides, but he doesn't have a holster, so they just fall to the floor. He picks them up, acts like he's putting them in his back pocket, doesn't have back pockets, so they just fall to the floor, and he's looking at you the whole time. He goes, pretends he's putting them in his shoulder holster, which he doesn't have, and just fall to the floor.
I didn't make any promises that I had to be nice to you, Draz. And my patience is really fucking thin right now. So, if you're not going to use the guns, just politely decline it so that we can get on with this.
Polite?
That's not a word in hell.
I do know what decline means. I can't use this shit.
Okay, then just rip and tear, rip and tear. You have those claws for a reason.
And then he turns and looks down the hallway, and his eyes get real big, and he says, oh, you're going to need bigger guns. And you turn and look, and there's just a mob of transformed people with that black shit turning into oily tentacles whipping everywhere. Slowly coming down and turning the corner towards you until they see you, and they all start screaming and charging. Roll initiative.
Danny boy, do you have a grenade? Oh, that's not very good.
With my plus 17 to initiative, I'm gonna see what'll happen, but I think I might go first.
Because
It's a possibility.
Oh, I haven't added the 17 yet.
That's right. What's my plus one?
It's a 23.
When you get me to fucking initiative?
Scroll down. Should say on your sheet. 4.
Okay, so that's 12.
And then I need ratchets.
Yep, I'm just trying to load my sheet back up because it closed out on me.
How much more of this do I have to go through? Oh, I'm referring to a textbook talking about Chinese philosophy. Not this game. Don't worry.
Oh, you're learning. Oh, yeah. Yep. You're learning about legal. I took this class last year.
We learned some of it in intro to Asian studies.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, the philosophy part's like my least favorite part. Probably because it requires thinking, and I'm not here for that.
If it's being real slow for you, you can roll a real d10 if you have one nearby.
Yeah, no, it logged me. It loaded the wrong game somehow. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna have to fully. Be right back. Getting a D10. It's a 7.
What's with your modifier or without?
That's without the modifier. Since my sheet is in Astral, I need to get that pulled up.
Your modifier is 5. All right, Veronica and Ratchet. What are your dexes?
My dex is 3.
Great.
Wits.
My wits is 3.
2.
Okay. Lieutenant Dan, unshockingly, you're first.
Do I have any nades on me?
Yeah, you grabbed. Well, somebody grabbed 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna throw nades at him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me Dex plus Athletics.
Okay. I click the thing. No, we gotta do the. Right. Okie doke. 1, 2, 3, 10 again, so. Oop, that's not the right thing to do. Huh?
Don't need the
Oh,
slash.
you got a parentheses.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
3 successes.
yeah.
You blow a hole in the middle of them and more come pouring around the corner.
Wow, I hate that.
You realize, Lieutenant Dan, as the leader of the team when it comes to fighting, this is going to be a matter of run and gun. You're going to have to push through them and make your way deeper in.
Okay, push for that hole I just blew.
Veronica.
Alright, Jargon's in Hellhound form. Veronica's gonna hop on top of Jargon. Use flamethrower! Oh, what? No.
I now respect you significantly more, Veronica.
No, that wasn't me who said that.
No, not for that, for riding the Hellhound into battle. That's dope.
Oh, yes, I always do this.
Are you going to do anything?
I guess she'll use the guns. Oh, heck yeah, these guns are just like in COD. Oh my god.
It occurs to you.
Oh, you're slipping.
It occurs to you these might be people infected, but they're still people. And you are a psychic.
Oh, yes! I can use my powers!
Because you remember Glitch telling you guns were worthless against these things.
Okay, how do I do powers again? It's the thing plus the scar plus...
It's the attribute plus the scar plus your acclamation. Which, by the way, you realize your acclamation is now 2. Everyone's acclamation has gone up by 1 because of exposure to Cassie.
Oh, poo. I mean, yay.
Okay. Oh, that's so many dice.
It puts me at 3.
Okay, that's 4 successes.
And what are you activating?
I am activating Creeping Dread!
How does that work? So the audience can hear. No one's got to see you do anything cool yet.
I used Creeping Dread last time.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Oh no, it did work. That's the reason.
That's why he was peeing his pants.
And wanting to kill himself.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you haven't been able to use it on anything that can resist, is I guess what I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here, let me pulling up the book. I don't have so many things open because my computer can't handle it.
Anybody else has got it handy could just do a quick recap of it too. Anybody else?
Okay.
Book open.
Summary,
Creeping Dread?
create fear.
Yes, Creeping
on.
Dread.
I know that there's more.
How many magnitude?
I have 5 magnitude in Creeping Dread.
Oh my god.
The Deviant inserts a growing terror into the mind of her victim. At magnitude 1, baseline suffer an immediate breaking point with a penalty roll equal to half the scar power rounded down. Supernatural creatures, instead of suffer the shaking condition, attempts to intimidate or frighten the target, enjoy a bonus equal to half the scar power until the end of the scene. At magnitude 2, the deviant determines an object of the victim's fear in the current scene, which they must be able to perceive. This can be the remainder's self, but it may also be another person, place, or discrete inanimate object. Victims cannot approach the frightening object except by succeeding on a resolve plus composure roll. If a victim confronts his fear, willingly or not, suffers a -2 penalty to all actions. The fear lasts until the end of the scene. Magnitude 3 is as magnitude 2, but whenever the victim comes into contact with the source of fear, he suffers the frightened condition. In action scenes, if he can't escape the source, he suffers the insensate tilt. At magnitude 4, when incredibly threatened with the source of the fear, the victim suffers the beaten down tilt. And if you have it all at 5, that means that you have the aura, which +1 magnitude, which is the variation inspires fear in all viable targets within a short range, whether friend or foe.
Oops.
Oh!
Guess you didn't read that one.
This is how we're gonna die then.
So,
Well, there's a reason why she is on jargon, so she could get into the crowd and away from the rest of you guys.
does it say what the range is?
No.
It just says within short range.
Short.
Short
Okay.
range.
If you rode away, you're fine. They're not short range.
Yeah.
The creatures themselves are apparently terrified of the infection inside of them. So, most of them immediately collapse to the ground screaming and trying to claw their own faces off.
Oh, this is wonderful.
All right, stick to close to Veronica, but not too close.
Ratchet!
Not Veronica.
No, I'm Veronica.
Yeah,
No, who's Veronica?
I'm confused. What? Oh, your possessions let. Uh-oh. Anyways, stick close to her.
Okay, so she's charged off into these people, and they're all
Not all of them, but
falling.
most of them.
Okay. Are there any like on the sides that are not?
Yes, the ones that are
They're all-
outside of the radius are coming for you. Because you're between her and them. They're between you and her. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to run kind of charge in, shifting into my monster form, and I'm able to get all of the necessary successes to activate Circle Strike, which allows me to use my attack on everything I want that's in brawl or melee range, depending on the attack type.
Do it!
All right.
Oh, critical success. Yeah. You can describe it, but you take out everyone around you. Like, they all just go down. Describe it how you want.
If you have ever seen someone in a mosh pit doing a windmill with everyone around, except he is somehow managing to both do a windmill on the sides and on the front of and back, claws out and just slashing at everything that he can touch.
Perfect. You make your way deeper into the facility, causing havoc, chaos, and violence everywhere. And we switch to the other team. The other team, after a very awkward elevator ride, you're going down, very, very far down, even deeper than you were in the experimental wing. And the elevator doors don't open when it hits the end. A red flashy light pops on and says, contamination, danger, exposure levels, lethal.
Well, what do you say, Cassidy? How lethal is lethal?
Oh, it'd probably kill you both. But maybe not.
I'm willing to take the risk.
I'm very much not willing to take that risk.
Would you like me to help protect you, hon? I can do that.
Absolutely, sweetheart.
She whispers something into your ear, and once the prologue is over and Chapter 1 begins with your new GM, you'll have to remember, Mr. GM, that Cassie doesn't do anything for free, and there's going to be a favor of some kind. Much like making deals with what's inside of Veronica, perhaps.
Oh, perhaps she is a demon.
And then she plants a big solid kiss on the side of Glitch's cheek. Somebody gonna open the door?
I will try to
Alright.
muscle open the door.
You get nowhere. This is gonna require Glitch.
All right. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
No, we haven't done this yet. So why don't I give Witch control
Okay.
and just say I don't know what we're seeing. Let's have an AI take over.
In this scenario, you may play the AI.
All right.
It does not approve of
So-
Cassie.
AI very unhappy with Cassie. Kind of as soon as it switches over, pushes her away gently but sternly, and then sticks his hand basically into the elevator and opens the door. I probably need to roll something for that. Let's see. I need to roll. Integrate tech is magnitude 5 plus acclamation 2 is 7 plus an attribute. What attribute would I be using for this?
It should tell you the category, and then we can pick. But I'm gonna guess it's gonna be mental, so let's go with wits if it doesn't say.
If it does, let's just go because I don't have it open.
Okay.
Let's just roll wits.
You hear Cassie behind you say, "You need to teach that trick to Glitch because he can integrate with me anytime."
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright.
You're able to force the door override to get the door to open with 2 successes. The door opens, and it's not you're all expecting like a radioactive heat wave, but it's not. It's actually extremely fucking cold. Like, the temperature drops to sub-zero immediately from a 70-degree elevator. So it's like walking into a wall of
I'm
cold.
immune to cold. I'm immune to cold. I didn't even need to know.
Well, that's not what's going to kill you. That's just a temperature
Oh,
side
okay.
effect.
Okay.
As soon as you do you step off the elevator, Robert?
I do.
Have any special immunities to radiation or radioactivity?
Hold on, I gotta double check what my
The reactor itself is a fusion reactor, with or without the supernatural bits.
The super healing count has a resistance.
Yeah, that will help. But we all know what happened to Wolverine when he got too close to the Phoenix in that movie we don't speak of.
I've blocked it out of my memory. What you're talking about. I definitely didn't walk home from the movie theaters saying I'm never going to see another X-Men movie again.
No, I don't think so.
Perfect! Give me a stamina roll plus composure.
Trying to find my level 5 healing.
Wait, no. Strength. Strength plus stamina.
Strength plus stamina.
This is an opposed roll, so one success is not automatic.
Well, I only got 1 success, so
Your healing doesn't need to worry about that yet because that will kick in when it starts giving you tilts, but the immediate thing that happens is your transformation flaw, your scar, kicks in immediately. No resistance. So some part of you goes haywire immediately. You can decide how that happens.
My transformations. Which one?
The one where you lose control of your body. And you melt. Or tentacles pop out.
My deterioration?
Yes, that's the one, thank you. Your deterioration activates with no resistance available.
Awesome. So, yeah, let's make this fun. So, when mine activates, so it's just an automatic? I don't have to roll the resistance?
Correct. Just the effect.
Okay, so he steps forward, and immediately as he steps off of the elevator, his right leg immediately turns into liquid and starts to drip through the grates in the floor. I'll take the leg racked tilt.
Okay. You don't see any creatures or any other things in front of you, though.
Oh, and that's actually because I'm at magnitude 3. It's the severe version of that.
Glitch. Witch. Your compatriot is really going to slow you down now.
Do you need help? What do you want? Do you want some help, or should I go? What are you feeling? What are you feeling here, Robert?
I mean, it'll grow back. So let's just keep moving for now. I'll just be a little slow.
All right. I'm gonna sort of like throw one of his arms over my shoulder to help him along.
Okay.
This is normal.
Pathetic game.
It happens all the time.
All right. Heading down the hall towards the reactor.
For assisting each other like good teammates, you can both recover at a point of lost willpower.
Ooh.
And as you head deeper into the reactor, this is where we take our 10-minute break. So don't go away, audience. We shall return at, we'll call it 9 minutes, 11:40 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see you then.
Ooh.
And we're back! Time to see who lives and dies. We return to the reactor people standing in the hallway. It's a very long hallway, a la Star Wars. Really wide, massively high ceiling. And at the far end of the hallway is a blast door that's closed. But it's one of those see-through deals. With, high-tech see-through metal. Thank you, Scotty, for transparent aluminum. And on the other side, you can see a catwalk that just goes over a massive drop into oblivion, which is the reactor. At the very center of the catwalk, it's like a cross, and you're at one of the ends, is a control panel of some kind.
Well, Witch, I think it's pretty much up to you as far as the electronics go, and I can smash them.
Yeah, so you said something about some psychicness. Do you want to explain that further?
You turn, and Cassie's not there again.
God, where does she keep going?
Well, she said this happens near breaches or reactors or things of this nature. All right, well, the door's shut. Is there a keypad I can jump into?
You have to get all the way up to the door, though, to do it. As you do, you realize it's not just an empty pit into oblivion. It's full of some kind of liquid. But it's like mercury. At least that's what it looks like. It's shiny, and it moves like liquid, but it's not like water. And you see that sticking out of the top of it is the top half of a bubble, like a round object. And the round object is surrounded with smaller round objects inserted into octagon-shaped pieces of metal that interlock. And there's rings going around it, 6 of them. And the rings are spinning rapidly, but the ball in the middle doesn't move. So, like, one of the rings spins this way, one spins this way, and one spins counter at an angle. And they slowly move around it.
Okay.
So, Robert, what can you do? I don't recall. What is your thing?
What is my thing? Well, I don't get hurt very easily. And I pretty much can't die. And my limbs fall off. Those are my wheelhouses.
Because I had an idea. You're not going to like it whatsoever. But given what you've just explained to me, it might work. And that would be we open this door and then you jump into the reactor, causing it to malfunction. What do you think about this idea, Robert? My friend, comrade?
If we cannot find another way, I am totally down for this.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to do a normal hack roll on the door.
Do it.
Computers. Was that wits?
Yep, you're still the AI, too, if that changes anything.
Oh, I don't. That doesn't matter for this, I don't think.
Okay. One success is enough to bypass the door. As the blast doors slide slowly open, the rings collapse and stop moving. And you can actually feel energy coming off of the ball now, and the liquid starts frothing badly, like a current getting more intense. Now, Robert, you're looking at the liquid mesmerized when suddenly you hear a voice calling to you from that center area where the control panel is. It's the voice of the most important person from your backstory, calling out to you. I feel like Dwayne froze on us. Yep. We'll give him a moment.
usually happens during midnight.
Yeah, I know. Big snowstorms this part of the world, though. Last I checked, I can't open my door. There you are. Did you hear what I said before you dropped?
Nope. You said
When the doors
as soon
open,
as
the rings collapse and stop spinning, and you can feel energy pulsing off of the ball. And the liquid starts frothing madly, like the waves are getting choppy if it was a lake. And then you hear a voice crying to you from that central control panel area, and it's the most important person from your background, calling for help. So describe to us who that is and what that would be.
So that person would be Eden, my ex-girlfriend receptionist. And the voice would be of her trying to so she's calling for help?
Yes, as if in distress.
So she would probably be like, Robert, don't let your faults stop you. I know that you can help me. Help me. Very creepily.
Do you look? You go investigate?
I immediately go and investigate.
Robert takes off at top slow speed down
Top slow speed.
the catwalk, which right after you say, maybe if you throw yourself in there, everything will be fine. He doesn't say anything, he just takes off like he's going to do it. You're like, go! But you get to the control panel and you see she's there just out of sight from the entrance, like around the side, leaning up against it, sitting on the ground with her legs splayed out, sweating profusely, panting heavily. Skin is far too red. She says, they did something to me. I tried to find out what happened to you, and I followed the trail, and I found these people, and they took me, and they did something to me. They said that since I wanted to find you, I could be like you, and the only thing keeping me from falling apart like you is this reactor. If you turn it off, I'll die. You can't turn it off. You can't let him turn it off.
Is she corporeal? Like, can I touch her?
You try?
Yes.
Yes. Way too hot, though. Like burning up.
I shake the heat off.
It doesn't hurt, but it's noticeable.
And I will physically, like, even though I'm this hulking mass of whatnots, the ichor that I shot out earlier begins to tear from my eye down here and eye up here.
Yeah.
And as it drips down, it sizzles onto the ground. Like, why I told you that it was over, that because of the way that I am, we cannot be together. Why?
But I still love you. Doesn't matter now. Just don't let me die. I don't want to die.
But if we don't stop this reactor, then everything from wherever this place is will come through. Do you understand?
There has to be another way.
There is a way, but I don't think you would like it.
She looks at you expectantly.
I can take you into me. And then we could be one. If you truly want to be with me and are willing to sacrifice your body to become what I am, why not join me?
We could be together forever?
On the inside.
Oh, Robert. Reaches her arms out towards you.
I will try to engulf her into my body.
I need you to make a Dex plus Athletics roll, and then a Strength plus Athletics roll, and then a Wits plus Composure roll.
Oh, great. All right. So
In that order.
Dex plus what roll?
Athletics. Dex and Strength are both plus Athletics.
All right. Dex and athletics roll first.
Okay.
1 success. Then strength and athletics.
Yep.
2 successes. And then wits and
Plus Composure.
Wits and composure. Don't fail me now. 3 successes.
All right, Witch. He slops his way to the center console, but just stands there looking down at something. What do you do?
I'm gonna yell out, Robert, what are you doing? Stop, turn it off. Use the control panel. I'm gonna sort of start walking quickly, looking behind me because I still don't know where Cassidy is.
And then, remember your witch.
That's concerning. Or, yeah.
The body keeps moving, but you don't. It's like an out-of-body experience, like you went astral, and you're like, wait, what? What the hell's going on? It's terrifying and scary, and it's like roller coaster gut feeling because you're untethered from your body and you're slowly floating up. And then the body stops for a second, shakes its head, turns around and looks at you, smiles evilly, and says, finally, I'm free of you. It's about fucking time.
Fuck.
You stay there, machine.
Wait, so is Glitch in the air or Witch in the air?
Witch is in the air because you were still Witch when this happened. The AI is having an existential crisis.
Okay. Beautiful. Is Robert going to respond to me before I get to the panel?
Robert says nothing to you. It's like he can't hear you.
Okay. I'm going to get to the panel, and do I see anything obvious on the panel? I'm ignoring the fact that I'm having out-of-body experience with my AI because I just want to be done with this situation.
Well, you are Witch. You have no control over Glitch. Glitch is like, I'm free of you! Ha! And like, runs out of the reactor room.
Oh, fuck.
Make a Resolve plus Composure roll.
Okay. Three. Oh, no.
Yep, 3. Okay.
Nope, 0.
Oh, I see. You panic so hard, you can't move your form. But you realize you could merge with the whatever is the network that's running this place. But you can't figure out how to move without the body. The question is, if you merge with the network, do you chase Glitch or do you go to the reactor?
Well, Witch is way less concerned about escaping this place and is more interested in sort of collecting knowledge and power. So, going to merge with the network and leave Glitch and Robert to themselves.
Glitch! You're like oblivious to everything that's happening when suddenly you come to on a catwalk, precariously hovering over a giant pool of mercury-style liquid with some kind of reactor. And you suddenly realize Witch has yanked itself out of you and is trying to merge with the console, and you have no idea why or what's happening. It ripped itself free of you. Like, what? What? What?
What? All right. Witch,
It's abandoning you.
It's abandoning me? All right. Well, it's time to get shot. I'm going to roll firearms at Witch because, yeah. Firearms and what?
Roll it.
Dex?
Plus firearms, yep.
All right. 1 success. No, that doesn't make it. Only rolled 2.
Yeah, that didn't work right.
Let's try
That rolled one more. Firearms might need to be looked at on this sheet. I will mark that down. Go ahead and add it as bonus dice, whatever firearm should be.
D10s, right?
Yep.
Or no, D. Yeah. Should be a total of 4 dice.
And it was. And you got 2 successes and a 10 again. So roll the 10 again. 3 successes. From the audience perspective, nothing pulls itself out of Glitch Witch. But, like, he jerks and then violently and then jerks violently again like a person possessed having mild seizures, and then opens fire on the console for no reason. At the same moment that Robert flings himself into the reactor liquid and begins absorbing the liquid into himself. And now we move back to the hallway with the people after the book.
It's totally okay.
Those of you chasing the book, you made it through that first group, but you can tell there are hundreds of them on this level. What's your plan?
Okay.
Also, Lieutenant Dan, you're like, we need to make a plan. We need to decide we're going to rush through them or move around them. We got to figure out something. And you turn and look, and Veronica does not look so good.
Veronica,
It's like Veronica's breaking down. You notice this too, Ratchet.
Who are you talking about? You keep saying Veronica.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Abby.
Abby, what do you know about that dog that is with you?
What dog? I have a dog. His name was Golden. Well, I didn't really have the dog. My foster family, they had the dog. And,
Okay,
well, I was really the only one who took care of it.
I'm gonna point at Gargan and just be like, what do you know about that?
You look down. He's pointing like between your legs. Do you look down?
I don't see anything.
To the rest of you, you see Gargan howl almost like in pain, and then just disappear in a flash of light and sulfur smell. And now the girl is just sitting on the floor, legs splayed out.
What's going on?
And the girl's like, I'm sitting on the floor. There's no dog.
Oh, who are all of you? This isn't my high school.
No, this is
certainly
definitely
not your high school.
I'm supposed. Well,
So the other demon suddenly yells, and Veronica or Abby, you don't hear this. I'm finally free of that fucking bitch. And then runs up to Harry for no reason, or Lieutenant Dan for no reason whatsoever, and nut punches him, and then disappears in a flash of light. It's over.
huh?
Luckily, there's
Go
armor
Ronald
there.
Reagan for me.
Luckily, there's armor there, so it's more surprising than painful.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I am. Last I remember, I had a fight with Buddy. He got accepted into college and I didn't. And then this recruiter guy, he started talking to me.
And then a scream echoes out all around you, like a horrible, evil, very loud scream from something monstrous, even though it's coming from everywhere and nowhere. And then, like, banging starts happening all around you on the walls.
Let's go. I don't know which direction we need to be going, but not here would be nice.
Alright, so we just keep running. She can't charge in with Demon Dog anymore, apparently.
There's no demon dog. And you get the distinct impression that the screaming and knocking is a very angry demon that wants back in.
Quick, duct tape crosses, people. I'm gonna get the duct tape and make little crosses for everybody.
Okay.
Put them on people's faces.
Very wise.
Wait.
I'm gonna just pull out a crucifix that he's been hiding
Okay.
under.
Some things are coming back to me. I remember the recruiter. He said something about like.
Roll Dex plus Athletics, Abby.
Oh God!
In the middle of the sentence, the scream happens, "You're mine!" and tries to fling Abby into a wall.
Okay, Dex is 3 dice, Athletics is 2 dice. Okay, that is 4 successes.
You roll with it, so when you hit the wall, it's jarring, but doesn't actually injure you severely.
Oh boy, who would have thought that being on the cheer squad would have actually helped me in my life?
And then pain. Burning, hot, wrenching pain across your chest. A downward angle. From like...
You're okay, you got this.
What
You
are
all
talking
see...
about?
You all see 3 claw tears appear down the shirt, ripping through the shirt and the skin. Blood pools out. Just invisibly from nowhere. You take 1 level of lethal damage, Abby.
I'm gonna yell out into the sky, hey you bitch, why don't you pick on somebody who can fucking take it?
What's going on?
Okay.
Why am I bleeding?
The voice says, okay. And there's a blast of cold air that buffets all of you, and it's gone.
Did you just tell the demon that was in her to go find someone bigger to get into?
No, he told it to pick on someone its own size, like, fight me. And it said, okay, and when you asked that question, all the screaming and wailing that was down the hallways stops. Just off switch. And you're like, oh no.
That worked a little too well.
Wait.
So Abby, I'm gonna have to ask you to just take what I'm saying as fact, because I don't have time to convince you otherwise.
Okay.
You were possessed by a demon that took over your body.
Is that why I'm wearing these clothes?
Yeah, that would be her.
Possibly, yes. Which gave you some sort of powers. We'll say it at that. Which caused people who experiment on people on powers to kidnap you and bring you to this facility.
I mean, I remember that recruiter saying you can be whatever you want.
Yeah, don't ever trust recruiters. They will always lie to you.
Oh.
So now we are in a secret facility that was doing experiments, and some experiment went horribly wrong. And we are trying to find a book that is supposed to help us take care of that. Okay, I know this is a lot. Can you just...
know if my foster family's safe? And if Buddy's alright?
No idea.
You've been in this building for 72 hours. Where they were experimenting you on before you came here, we don't know.
Oh no.
So, we need you to accept this, internalize it, push any bad feelings that you might have away for the moment, and use whatever education, any training, anything that you have to help us get out of here so that you have a chance to see Buddy and your foster parents again.
Okay. I hope my 9 years of gymnastics and
We'll get you out of here.
years of cheer squad can be of use.
I hope it can too. Now, Lieutenant.
If not, you ever shot a gun?
I did paintballing once.
Lieutenant,
Well,
that's when it occurs to you, because you were listening and not talking. All of the screaming and gibbering stopped. Not just the demon. All the infected people have gone silent.
Oh no.
You whip around and look farther down, because you came to the end of a T-junction and you're standing there, you haven't decided to go left or right. So you whip around because you're facing to the right. And you see them coming towards you in a neat, orderly line, in rows of 4. And they're armed with Irachi weapons. And all of their eyes are glowing red.
Ah, shit.
They all look at you and say, I found someone to pick on you with, all in unison. Roll initiative!
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
This is so much worse. I thought you was gonna try and possess me or some shit.
that's a 12 again for me.
That's a 26 for me.
Possible outcome.
Oh no, Ratchet!
That'll be the
I
first
got a
two
6.
situation.
Yes, you did.
Foobar.
Okay, let's get my it fucked up beyond all reason.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dan, you're first. Barely.
Okay, let me just get my
suddenly
merits
these
out.
demon zombies are fast.
Alright, well, who foobarred it?
You went from weird, gross Walking Dead to 28 days later, but organized.
Yeah. Okie doke. I guess now is the time to just start fucking spraying.
Dex plus firearms. They're
Yep.
still technically mooks, so we're still doing down and dirty combat. You don't do anything special.
Yep. Okie doke. That is. So I'm doing 9s and 10s again, which is good.
Reroll both your successes.
Yep. And nothing.
2 successes. Okay, you blow down through the first row.
You're just pulling out my.
You blow down the first row.
Okay.
The second row just moves up like an orderly marching order. And they pull out those awesome plasma rifles like you have and return fire.
Oh shit.
And hit both of you, but not Abby, because Abby's cowering behind the two soldierly types.
Wait, they are getting like a bunch of penalties imposed on them.
11
Wait,
successes to hit you.
What? How many?
11.
Oh, never mind. Then they do hit me, no matter what I do.
They hit both of you.
I don't have 11 dice worth of penalties to throw at them. God damn.
The more of them you kill, the worse they get at it, though. That's the key here.
Yeah.
Ratchet. You can make a defense roll to try to throw yourself in front of Lieutenant Dan and take some of that if you want. Or let him take it. It's up to you.
Rip Lieutenant Dan.
Un momento.
If you blow my legs off in this combat,
I thought about it, but that was too on the nose.
So what is defense again?
You should be able to just click it and roll it, I think. Maybe not, maybe so.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, no, that's not programmed in this one. So you roll, just set whatever it says for defense, roll that many dice. That many d10s. And it'll be down in your lower right under acclamation. Yep, 3 successes. Yes. So Lieutenant Dan only takes 4 levels of bashing damage. Your armor is pretty much ruined, that's why it's bashing. Zach, you take 5 levels of lethal. Good thing you've got that super healing. Like they
I've got a merit that I'm going to use to turn one of those lethal into bashing.
Okay. And it will heal at whatever super ridiculous rate you have. As you're just pummeled with plasma shots. Like, there are holes blown in you. You're like somebody got really mad at a side of beef with a sledgehammer. Is what Ratchet looks like right now.
Does the armor from the...
It does, and it's ruined. That's why you're not dead, yes.
No, I've got armor as part of the transformation for carapace.
Oh, how much does it give you?
It gives me 1.
Then yes, you take 1 less lethal.
All
But it cracks the carapace. For now.
So that's 2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2.
All right.
And now it's Abby's turn.
Oh boy. So what's our surrounding area look like? Any ledges? Any dangerous things?
Now, I know we don't have a sheet for Abby, but I would like Abby, who is, from all reports, a really good, wholesome person before the possession, to please roll 8 dice. And then you can describe this any way you want, but you don't know what's taken over you, but you're like, the power of Christ compels you moment. Little does everyone know Abby has true faith.
Okay, that is 3 successes.
So go ahead and describe how you just are like overcome with this desire to purge the demon from these monsters.
Okay, so Abby's gonna step out from behind the two much more capable of defensive abilities, and just like start doing a cheer from cheer practice.
Go!
I like it. Very Buffy.
Get him, girl!
All right, a 1, a 1, a 1, 2, 3. Demon, you will fear me. Be gone! And then she'll do a little backflip.
Abby actually glows a little bit. Like her head and her eyes especially. And as she does, several waves of the zombies, their eyes stop glowing red.
And then she'll take
You
off
think-
the stilettos and just yeet them at the Just like, take your stupid heels back too!
You think this is your moment, Ratchet? You can take a bunch of them out while they're in this mode if you rush in.
And I will do that. Just make sure that my unstable, stay stable enough for me to do this.
Oh no! They rolled a bunch of dice, and not only did you fail, you crit fail. Take your beat.
Botched. Beat.
And make that a crit fail for us. Describe it, I mean.
He spreads his arms out, claws ready to come in to just throw his body in to slash through the next row of them. And he slips on the skull of one that has already been shot. Now, he fractures the skull of the dead thing, but it was dead, so that doesn't do any good. As he falls, banana peel slip, foot straight into the air,
I'm for it.
landing on the back of his head.
Now covered. And you said, let's see how this goes. This is your moment. I'm going to need a stamina roll plus, no, just stamina. Because you land in the black oil.
There's nothing frightening about the fact that it's black oil, I'm sure. Nothing.
Especially not the fact that it's running up the side of your face and into your nose and ears.
No, of course not.
Oh no! The second crit fail. Alright. You're like, you stand up and shake your head a little bit, and you look at them and you're like, I'm good, it's fine. And you all see that, like, spreading through the veins down his face towards his neck. I'm fine, guys.
It's alright.
Back to you, Harry. Give us another round of weapon salvo fire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep shredding these guys. That's all I can really do in this situation. Let's see. 2 10s.
Oh.
Those are my only 2 successes. And another 10. And that
going.
explodes again.
Okay.
Fuck.
3 successes is enough. You blow a hole through them so that the party can move through. As you move through the survivors, they try to lash out at you, hit you with tentacles, claw you.
Oh, relax, Veronica.
You all take 1 lethal damage, except not all of you, only 2 of you. They completely ignore Ratchet. Everything's fine.
Okay, I take
1 lethal each for Dan and Abby. As you tear down that hallway, you come to another T intersection. You look to the left and you see more of the zombies. So you turn to look to the right, and that looks clear. So you rush down that hallway. This continues for a while, basically being herded by the filthy zombies. Until you finally come to, those old-timey where the doctors would stand around the rotunda and look down at the surgery happening while somebody talked about...
Yeah, surgical theater.
Yeah, surgical theater. Thank you. Words. It's like that, only at the bottom, instead of surgical theater, it looks like the remnants of some kind of terrible occult ritual happened in here. You all rush inside to the top of the rotunda and slam the door shut, seal it, and the zombies are like smacking on the door and on the reinforced windows. I herded you right where you need to be. That's not suspicious at all. Now what do you do?
What are we doing here? Are we looking for something?
Yes, there's some sort of book. And I'm gonna look around for a book.
Yep, let's look.
Oh. This circle on the floor. It looks...
The circle itself doesn't look like an upside-down pentagram or anything like that. The circle itself is like the angles are all weird and odd and jammed together. Hold on.
One of my foster siblings is really into the...
It's like a star within a star with a bunch of lines going through it with weird round balls on the end. Anyone who's a fan of H.P. Lovecraft would definitely recognize it. I'm throwing you a copy in the Discord. Looks like that.
Actually, that's not, like, terrible, actually. I mean, it's an elder sign. It protect.
It protect?
Yes.
What's...
But I don't know if it does in this universe.
Isn't that the Morbid Angel logo?
That's a Lovecraftian thing made by people who came after him.
That's what Ratchet is pointing
to. Oh, I see.
Saying.
That's an appropriate Ratchet answer, yes. And none of you want to approach that area, and that's where you have to search. So I'm going to need you all to either make resolve plus composure rolls, or just spend a point of willpower and overcome the urge to not go down there.
Resolve and...
You can roll first, and if you fail, you can spend the willpower. You don't have to decide.
I'm going to just spend a willpower.
Okay.
Is this something that counts as mental manipulation?
Yes.
That is 2 successes.
Okay.
Okay. So my indomitable merit would give penalty to what I would to what would be rolled against me. So in this case, since I'm making a roll, would it give me extra dice to compensate since there's no roll being made against me?
Yeah, you can have as if spending willpower, so 3 bonus dice. Except you don't have to spend the willpower. Unless you fail, then you will to approach. But you do not. You are all able to force your way through the miasma and into the bottom of the theater. And, the angles aren't right here. It's non-Euclidean. Again, like in the hallway near the breach. Except this time, the room works against you. And I'm going to need athletics plus dex rolls from everyone. Because the edges and the angles are actively trying to cut you, and they're sharp. It's like the geometry pulls you towards all the sharp edges on everything.
That is 3 successes.
Oh, critical success for Ratchet.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant to... I didn't type that right. I put a slash by accident.
My geometry
1 success.
Okay, 2 successes total.
Plus a 1 gives
again.
you 1, which means... Oh, yeah, roll again.
Yes.
That's correct, Changeling Ever. Math is deadly.
Never mind, I missed.
You got 1 success, so you're good. You all manage to avoid cutting yourselves, but you have to move very precariously, which means when you make the Wits plus investigation roll to find anything useful, Lieutenant Dan and Abby are at -2 dice.
Yeesh.
Ratchet, you got a critical success. You roll your normal dice roll.
Wits, investigation.
I'm going to take this moment to use the points for amalgam,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to throw them all into investigation so that I have dice to roll for this.
Let's do it. Nice. Okay. Basically, you're rolling against a secret number of total successes for the group.
Okay, so keep rolling, or
Nope, not until we see what Lieutenant Dan and Abby get.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me give you that roll.
And don't forget, -2 dice for you guys. Investigation plus wits.
Yeah, I'm just rolling one dice. That's
Chance
a 9,
die.
though.
Oh, it's too bad because if you fail on a chance die, it's bad. So that's 4 successes
All right, Harry,
total.
give us the roll.
Do I got to roll?
Wits plus
investigation.
investigation -2. You're penalized because of the angles trying to kill you.
Okay, so that's just 3 dice. Okay, that's no success.
But not a crit fail. Alright, go again, Ratchet. You've not yet reached the target number. Okay, go ahead, Abby. You're at 6. Go ahead, roll again, Abby.
Oh boy.
Chance die.
My 1 dice. That's an 8.
Alright, that's 7. And go ahead and roll, Dan.
Will do. No success.
And because you're on your second turn now, you all need to roll the athletics plus dex again. Now also at -2 to avoid being mauled by the room.
Ah, shit.
The longer you're in here, the worse it gets.
Okay, that's 4 successes.
You do not get mauled.
That's 1 success.
Ooh.
You do not get mauled.
Well,
That's
2, but
2.
1.
Yeah. And then Ratchet.
do I add -2 dice as well, or no?
Yeah, that critical success was only for the first round. You take a 1 lethal, Ratchet, and don't forget that combat ended, so at the end of that combat you effectively super healed.
Yep. Oh, yep. I remember.
Round 3. Go, Ratchet. You're at 7 successes.
Okay. But I'm at -2 now because I failed the roll.
No, you're still not penalized on your investigation. You're only penalized on the don't get slashed.
Ah, okay.
Ten was the required number. You exceed by 1. Ratchet, you find the book. You look down at it and you're like, oh, yeah, this is the book. It's ridiculous almost to the point of, wow, it's too late for words. Bruce Campbell horror movie. Like, the
Evil
skin
Dead.
is Evil Dead. It's like the face of the Necronomicon. It's almost that ridiculous. Clearly made out of human skin. Part of the face is in the book. It's like just radiating evil. And you go to
Pointing
touch
at
it, and you're like, wait. I'm infected. Should I touch this? You don't know.
I'm gonna point at it and go, "Shut up! Stop talking."
Y'all 3 of you are standing there looking at it.
Our Father, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. on Earth as it is in heaven.
I don't know if that's what you need to be doing.
And she'll just pick up the book, continuing.
Do you? Excellent. You pick up the book and you instinctually know what you have to do, Abby. You can resist with a willpower point, or you can just let the book guide you.
Do I let the book guide me?
I feel like the book is not the best, isn't your best friend in this situation.
Okay, yeah, I'm spending. I only have one willpower point left.
Do you spend it, or you just let the book take you?
I'm spending that willpower point.
Okay. What do you like to do? You're holding the book, and the book's like, this is what you need to do to fix all this. Just do it. And you're like, I don't know.
How do I know you're not lying?
It's not actually talking to you. It's just a feeling.
Okay.
Very, very overwhelmingly strong feeling.
The book wants this to be done.
It does.
Can I
Ratchet,
explain
I'm
what?
going to need you to spend a willpower point or violently take the book from her. Your choice.
All right, so I'm now distracted. Because my scar, whenever I spend willpower, gives me the distracted condition.
You are trying to fight the infection so hard you can't really pay attention to what's going on around you. But you don't let the infection take the book. What do you do, Abby?
So what does the book want me to do with it?
I want you to get Dan to forcibly put Ratchet in the circle, and then it wants you to step into the circle, and it wants you to do some kind of ritual. You know exactly what page to turn to.
Okay, I have a background in occult. Can I see if I know, like, if this ritual is good or bad?
Sure, but you'd have to open the book.
Okay, you know what? Let's do that.
Okay. You open what is essentially the Necronomicon and start reading it. And you said you're out of willpower points, right?
No, I have one left.
Okay. You can spend it to avoid going mad.
Alright. I am out.
Now you're
willpower
out.
points.
You're also now fatigued and have the fatigue condition. That's what happens when your willpower runs out. Yes, you can actually roll your occult now, your occult plus intelligence, to try to figure out this ritual. You're hearing voices now in your head, like multiple voices. You're hearing the demon, you're hearing something even more ancient and evil.
Okay, that is 3 successes.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that was 4. I'm sorry, I misread.
Yes. This ritual will actually do what you need it to do, at least for your part of what you have to do to stop this whatever infection from spreading to the world.
Okay, I have good news and bad news.
Bad news first.
We need to get in the circle. Good news, this will stop the rift in whatever's going on, but I don't know what's going to happen to us after we go into the circle, but...
Okay, circle time.
You don't want to go in that circle, Ratchet.
No.
Ratchet, you're getting in the fucking circle. Box says go. The book says go in the circle. You're going in the circle.
Dan,
You trust the book?
You're the only one who doesn't have to go into the circle.
Okay, then I'll stay out of the circle, but let's put fucking Ratchet in the circle.
You just have to perform the ritual.
Now, before we conclude the scene, Zach and Harry, you're both good with PvP for a moment. If not,
Sure,
I'll
why
narrate it as the GM.
Let's do it.
You okay with that, Zach?
Yep.
Alright. Opposed brawl rolls. Whoever gets to 10 successes first wins.
Brawl and strength?
Brawl and strength, yes,
Yeah, I'll
with
be using
whatever
the
your
Onyx dice.
variations are, yep.
Onyx Ice app, Astral does not seem to...
One roll at a time so we can see how it goes. Each of you.
Okay, let me get Onyx dice up. You have it set to Chronicles.
One for Ratchet.
No, I don't. I think I have to set to World of...
No, you got to set to Chronicles. 8s and 9s.
You have anything to
That
add
was
to
the
that?
wrong number.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
it rolled 2 dice shy of what it was supposed to.
Okay.
Okay, first roll is 3 successes. Well, wait, are 1 subtracting?
I don't think one.
One subtract unless you get a 10.
Okay, so then that would be 8 successes on that first one.
Okay, then.
I'm still trying to get it to roll the right number of dice.
And then 3, 4 on the up. Oh yeah, then 4 on the second one. So that's 10.
3, 4.
I think I know who wins.
Not necessarily. I'm rolling for the filth that's inside of Ratchet. What'd you get, Ratchet?
Trying to get it to roll the right number of dice still, and just thinking about it, I think.
The filthy infection gives you 4 successes on top of whatever you get to your first roll. So 5. Now roll again for your second roll. You might tie. You never know.
Well, no, it's still... So it's supposed to be rolling 8 dice, not 4.
Add them as bonus. Just roll the other 3 on top of that. We'll see what happens. Oh. Alright. That actually rolled 8. So, okay. Now roll that again for your second roll, and you still got 5 for the first roll. A lot of 10s for the filth. 5. 8, 9, 10. Yep, you both hit 10 in the second round. Go again.
Again? Oh boy.
Yeah, Ratchet got 12 total in the second round. By the second round.
That's this. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, re-roll those 10s, Ratchet.
They should have automatically rerolled.
Oh, you're right, they did. So you got 3.
Okay,
And
5.
Filth.
6.
Oops, that did not roll right.
Okay. Wait. That's 6 successes. Yeah.
Oh no! The filth failed you in the third round, Ratchet. So,
8.
Harry's like, you're going in the circle. And then he tries to like come at you real low and do some Krog Maga, flip you into the circle shit. And when he grabs you around the waist to flip you, you just pick him up and like WWE him right on his back. And then he like kicks you off. And you go rolling towards the circle, but you catch yourself and push off. And then you just hit each other like MMA fighters spend half of an MMA fight doing, basically hugging.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, Lieutenant Dan is like, look at that! And then knees you in the crotch. And you, before you can react, he just pushes you into the circle. And you're double birding him because that was dirty. Alright.
Anything shiny in the circle?
I think my foster brothers are worse than this.
No, the circle itself is shiny, but you can't pick it up.
Scratch at it.
Here, Dan, take the book.
Got it. I'll take the book.
Abby. Occult plus wits.
Okay.
Dan. Wits plus composure.
Okay.
Yes, that's...
Oh, that's bad. That's a botch.
Excellent.
Is there a way I can spend a willpower? No, I gotta do that before.
And plus, yeah, you gotta do it before, because in this game it only gives you bonus dice. It's not an automatic success.
Okay, that's 4 successes for me.
You're successfully doing the ritual, Abby, and you're not paying any attention to Dan. Neither is Ratchet. And Dan, I'm surprised to no one who's played my offline games has picked up on the references to these villains. Cassie appears behind you. You have no idea because you botched that roll. And puts the sword right through you,
Oh, fuck.
severing your spinal cord, puncturing your heart. And as you look down at it and grab it, she whispers in your ear, "Sorry, sugar, I was only here for this." Slips the book out of your hand and disappears as you die, gasping your last on the floor, bleeding out.
Oh, that bitch.
The last words of Dan. Oh, that bitch. And yes, I didn't cut your legs off, but you're paralyzed in your final moments.
Yep. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna go beat up Ronald Reagan.
Stop
say
him in the
hi-
nuts
You're
for
not
me.
safe either, Maggie.
Say hi to Valzad. Valzard. That's
Abby.
his real name.
Oh, now that I know Veronica's true name, well, she's a demon, so she's in some shit.
Abby, you complete the ritual, and a massive shockwave of energy explodes out from the circle. At the same moment that Glitch is shooting the crap out of your reactor's power terminal, and Robert's trying to absorb it. Robert, what do you got to do your absorption?
I think that's just fluff.
Okay, I think it is too. But I'm going to need you to roll stamina. You're going to need a critical success.
Oh, it's a good thing I have a vote from last week. Oh, but that's only on activation or variant activations, isn't it?
You can spend a willpower, though, for 3 extra dice.
I will. I have the willpower. I will spend that willpower. So I'm just rolling stamina?
Yep.
And Ever just gave you a point. Or,
Oh! Yay! Thank you, Ever. Do you want me to add the bonus dice into the 3 into the bonus dice, or are those 3 successes automatically?
You have to add them as bonus dice. And I'll let you use Ever's point.
Ooh, making it 4.
Yes. Plus your stamina.
All right. This is 7 total. Please be nice to me, game. I got 2.
Did it explode? It rolled 8 total.
Yeah, I only had 7.
The reactor overestimated you. It wanted something else to happen, but you absorbed the liquid into you, and it's too much. And describe how you explode violently.
Oh, sweet. So, as Robert jumps over...
And by the way, I should point out before you finish this description, that last roll I had you make before we switched to the other scene was you realizing what was happening at the last moment. So you can add that to your description.
You know what? Maybe... Okay. So, yeah, as Robert jumps over the edge... in a loving embrace of his once lover Eden to bring her into his body. As he's falling down is when he comes to and is like, well, fuck it. We're going down. Let's try and take some of this with us. And his body just opens into this weird kind of reverberating hole. And he just starts moving mist into his body as he's falling. And the radiation. And as he continues to tumble down, he rolls himself into a ball. Almost a perfect sphere. And as it comes crushing down onto the actual reactor's top, all you hear is...
That's when...
Hold on, I'm not done. And everything goes silent for a second. And then as if someone had set off a grenade, a loud boom goes, and chunks of Robert go flying up into the air, raining down happiness and sadness.
Happiness
Robert
and sadness.
All at the same time.
The explosion knocks you out of your psychic stupor gadget, and you're like, wait, we're both still here. Then you look at the wrecked control panel, and you look at the you watch Robert's bits rain down from the ceiling. And you see that he cracked that central ball when he exploded, and it's collapsing in on itself. And you're like, oh, I guess that fixed it. Wait, that means the reactor's overloading. I should run now! You didn't shut it down, you overloaded it. So, give me athletics plus strength. No, athletics plus stamina. Get the hell out! Little did Robert know, Robert was wildly contaminated anyways by the radiation. It was about to overwhelm his healing factor. Okay. In the circle, Abby, you realize as you're completing the ritual something went wrong in the reactor, but the results will be the same. You can close the breach. However, everyone infected will die when the breach closes. You feel like you could save a lot of them, but you would have to throw your own life essence into the ritual. Do the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one? And you realize that's why the book wanted Ratchet in the circle. It'll save him too.
Alright.
People outside of the circle will be saved, but the infection will still have ruined their mind. Ratchet will both be saved and be intact.
Ratchet,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
In a small backwater town, Alabama, I have a brother. His name is Buddy. Can you tell him I'm sorry that I can't come back home? And that he was right?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Give him this too. And Abby will hand him... It's now a broken, bent, gold crucifix necklace.
Just take it, kind of nod, just put it in his pocket.
Yes, this is goodbye.
All right. So, what's happening?
And
What do you
we're on it.
Do you
and,
just complete it?
Yeah, and Abby is just gonna Thanos snap, turn into glitter, and fade away.
That's what happens. However, you're like, why did she do that? And then you feel real bad, like food poisoning, instant bad. You just start throwing up. The only thing coming out of you is the black oil. And after like a full 2 minutes of it, you know how that's going to mess your throat up. Good thing you have a healing factor. You finally stop, but you feel a lot better. So you realize the whole facility is shaking and it's getting real hot. You should probably run.
Running. Clawing through anything that's in his way.
Which lets you know, Glitch, on the way out, when it was merging with the network because it thought you would abandon it, it discovered a bunch of changed still here that were still in some kind of stasis containment, unconscious, unaware of what was happening. It's freed them all. They'll probably need your help. You should find them if they escape the facility. As you're both running for the elevator, somehow you both get back to the elevator at the same time. You're just on wildly different floors. So, Ratchet, you're like, uh-oh, the elevator's still down there. And you're frantically pushing the button, Glitch. And, like, this whole level is, like, starting to implode weirdly because that was some kind of weird gravity fusion bullshit reactor. You have no idea. And shouldn't mess with alien tech. And, that's when Cassie appears next to you, holding a book and a bloody sword. Looks like you could use a little help, Sugar. Puts her arm around your waist, and suddenly you're standing next to Ratchet. She points, yeah, they just, like, pop. Like, you can hear the displacement of the air, and, like, this little breeze, like what would happen if a bunch of air was suddenly displaced.
Seriously? What? Really? Now?
I think
She
it's
gives
time
you-
to go.
Gives you a kiss on the cheek, Gadget, and says, I'll be seeing you around, lover. Good luck, boys. And she just disappears.
With the book.
And the sword.
No. Right.
And the two of you run for it. Epic dramatic movie moment where the whole place is coming down around you. Fireballs rushing after the X-Wing, but you make it out to the surface of the island. And you get far enough away that when the final implosion happens and it turns into a sinkhole, you don't get sucked into it. It's close, though. Gadget would have got sucked into it if Ratchet hadn't been there to basically fling him out of the hole and then claw his way out, because Ratchet's crazy strength. And as you pull yourselves out, you look around the area and you realize you're still stuck on the island. And the whole, like a huge, massive area has collapsed into a sinkhole, like several football fields on the surface is what you see. You're guessing it's probably a lot more instability on this island than that now. And you look around and you see a handful of other survivors laying around on the ground who escaped. And that's where the camera fades away from you two. And it fades into Harry. Not Harry, Lieutenant Dan. In hell. Straight up kicking the shit out of Veronica. You can describe that scene for us. Veronica in hell looks like Malbolgia from Spawn.
I like to imagine that that Lieutenant Dan has reincarnated in hell as the Doomslayer.
I'll allow it.
Just going ape shit. Just doing all those finishers on the smaller demons. And the bigger finisher on Veronica. Like the running up and stunning and then pulling the eye out and shoving it down her throat with a grenade in it or some crazy shit like that.
And that is the scene that we see where he destroys a super demon, panting and exhausted, but then the camera angle changes and you realize he's standing on the flat tip of a pyramid. And the pyramid is just super massive, extending down probably miles into the pits of hell, and thousands of demons are rushing up the pyramid to take him on. Who knows what Dan's ultimate fate will be? One of them may or may not be Reagan.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully Abby is having a nice time in heaven. That'll be one of the few nice things she's had in her life.
Abby gets to go somewhere nice when she dies, wherever Abby believes that would be. Abby's afterlife is very pleasant. She deserves her rest.
Yes.
Robert doesn't get it in Denome because he exploded.
Yep. Now just wait. Give it like a year. He'll come back.
But the last thing the camera shows you is a guy dressed up like straight up super spy. Not like James Bond, more like Jason Bourne, where he's in disguise with shades and the nondescript cloak and hat. And he's on a ferry going across the water away from the island. And he's looking back. And he's like, never got to meet up with Lieutenant Dan. It's okay. I got something better than documents. And he pats a steel briefcase he's carrying with a digital lock on it. And the camera shows you that inside the briefcase is a bunch of samples of various chemicals, including a sample of the oil that has escaped the island.
Ooh.
Y'all gotta go kick his ass now.
Wah, wah, wah.
And for the audience, I was actually going to run the whole scenario for another 2 sessions, but real life made us have to speed it up. So we jammed the prologue ending all into 1 session. We hope you weren't overwhelmed and yet still entertained. Next Saturday, this show will not be happening because we want everyone to go over to HorrorCon and watch our people play awesome horror cowboys, including Harry and Jane. The Saturday after that, though, on the 27th, we will return with actual Chapter 1 now that the prologue is completed. We'll be switching GMs. Dwayne will be taking over to run Chapter 1 of Deviant the Renegades, The Forgotten. We will see the return of Ratchet and the return of Glitch. The fate of Ray's character remains unknown. Alright. I should be more prepared for the ending, but I wasn't. That's all the diversions our Renegades can handle this week, but have no fear, in 2 weeks we will continue our story now that the prologue has ended. As for other terrifying tales, don't forget to check out White Walls, our Mage 20th Anniversary Cult crossover tomorrow, and the finale of Season 1 of Strange Aeons on Thursday, and the beginning of Season 1.5 of Black Void On Mondays, we have Cyberpunk Red in the Image of Man Made. On Tuesdays, Scion 2E Dragon. Go check out the Kickstarter. So many stretch goals reached. On Wednesdays, Infinity the RPG. And on Fridays, Scarred Lands Dracogenesis. And this weekend, you can catch us all over HorrorCon playing things or running panels. Check out our calendar for more information. Go to VorpalTales.com to see that calendar. All the awesome games we play every day of the week, our social media links to Discord to come hang out, links to past games on YouTube, and links to our Patreon if you want to throw us a couple bucks to help feed the cats. Renegades, let the viewers know the next show they can catch you in with us and other cool things outside this show you do online.
I am Dwayne at Made of Kimchi on the internet, and the next time you guys will see me, will one be Tuesday playing Dragon with Patty Shakes. And if you don't catch anything throughout the week, make sure you guys check out HorrorCon. I will be there as well.
I'm JT. Around the internet is at Zensomancer, and the next time you can find me is on Wednesday night playing Infinity. I will also be at HorrorCon doing a how to use Astral, as well as an actual play of Werewolf 20th Anniversary Edition.
Hello, I'm Jane. I'm the Confused Crow, all lowercase, all one word, on Twitter and Tumblr. I'm currently taking commissions. Other than that, I'm on Wednesday's game and on Thursday's game. And then we'll also be yeehawing it up at HorrorCon.
Hi, I'm Harry, aka the Slubry Cat on YouTube, and on Twitch. That's my thing, but I never stream. Saratoga by Night podcast is the main thing that I do. Listen to that. It's good. It's on hiatus now, but it's good. You should listen to it.
I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm also here on Wednesdays. And what else do I do? Onyx. Oh yeah, Last Fairy Tale. Onyx Path, twitch.tv/The Onyx Path, 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time Thursdays. I am tired as hell. I don't know if you can tell that by just like looking in my eyes. I need to go to bed. Good night, people.
I'm Zachary Naldra. You can find me on really just Twitter, because that's the only thing I put any content up, at Zach Rules. If you really want to follow my dog, she's on Instagram at Vita Marie Rex. I've got some community content stuff on Drive-Thru RPG and Storyteller's Vault. And the next time you'll be able to see me is going to be during Virtual HorrorCon. It is the Darker Days radio channel for the 12:30 Squeaks from the Deep playtest.
It's going to be awesome. And now for Ride or Die viewers, it's vote time. You can vote for people even if they aren't going to appear in Chapter 1, because it will carry over to the next time they're here. For the audience, Harry and Jane are leaving us for now to pursue Ira real-life stuff, but they will return to this show one day, and when they do, they'll have these votes, if they get any.
There's a thing being put on the back of my neck. Oh.
Band-Aid.
I'm going to make my vote first, because I'm going to vote tonight. Changeling ever in the audience first. No more Robert. Okay, vote people in the normal order, who and why.
I am actually going to vote for JT this evening, because coming back after missing a session and getting thrown in with Cassie, which I'm sure was fun, getting to use all your super cool powers up until the end.
Thank you, and I'm going to vote for Jane. Give Jane a point for Abby's moment of faith, or whatever you called it. Act of faith. So
Or a little cheer squad thing. I've never done cheering, so I have. Oh boy, I got no idea. But thank you. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's my turn to vote. I'm going to vote for Zach, because that throwdown with Lieutenant Dan was funny. I enjoyed it.
It just ended up with a cheap shot. And I'm gonna go vote for Jane. I just think Veronica's been so much fun, and I liked the sort of change of character. You did that very well.
Thank you.
I am also going to vote for Jane, because seeing the dynamic between Veronica and then the change to Abby was really something that was an impressive job, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you very
And
much.
the mid game costume change
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Yes.
The last note
I really like doing costumes to get into character. I don't know how I'm going to do a magical girl unicorn for Thursday's game, but I'm gonna do my best.
And I'm going to watch. I'm live streaming at the same time. I'll watch the VODs or whatever.
Speaking of watching, the last thing I'll say is, I know she was in the audience, but I don't know if she was watching the whole time, but there may or may not be a person in the audience who may or may not have said it was Harry's entire fault that Technocracy Madness happened, and that may or may not be why you got cheap shot. Just saying. And now, audience, we leave this world and return you to the well-lit path until next week. But we know we will see you again along the way. 2 weeks, I'm sorry. Because there are many worlds, but only one Onyx path. We will see you for Chapter 1 of Deviant the Renegades on the 27th. Until then, good night!